Are you working? What kind of work do you do?
I'm going to talk to you about some things that I've learned in my journey. Most from experience, some of them I heard in passing, many of them I'm still practicing, but all of them I do believe are true.
You're listening to Grit and Gain, the podcast for young professionals hungry for success. Join Marco Velasquez as he unpacks over 2 decades of climbing the corporate ladder, sharing lessons, tips, and strategies to help you accelerate your career.
Welcome to Grit and Gain, where your decision to tune in is an investment in your career, because true success comes from embracing the grit, doing the hard work, and earning the reward. Today's topic is about something that you might not expect to hear: exhaustion, and why, if you're serious about climbing the corporate ladder, ending the day exhausted should actually be your goal. Let's dive in. Let's start with a visual. Picture Game 7 of the NBA Finals or the World Series. Everything's on the line. There's no room for saving energy for tomorrow, because tomorrow, it doesn't exist. Today is all that matters. Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time, embodied this mentality. Every time he stepped onto the court, he treated it like Game 7. And after the final whistle, no matter the outcome, when he sat down for a post-game interview, you could see that he had given everything he had. That's the point. You should be exhausted. Not the kind of tired that comes from just going through the motions, but the kind of exhaustion that comes from knowing that you left it all out on the court, that you gave everything you had to that day. But here's the catch. It's not just about working hard. It's about working smart. Exhaustion might feel the same whether you're grinding without focus or you're making strategic progress. But only one of those paths will lead you to hoisting the trophy when the final whistle blows. So let's break that down. We've all had days where we work hard. You're in back-to-back meetings, answering emails, tackling a long to-do list, and by the end of the day, you're totally spent. You feel exhausted. But if you're honest with yourself, how much of that effort actually moved you closer to your goals? If you're grinding all day but not prioritizing the right things, that exhaustion is like playing every minute of Game 7, but without a game plan. You're running up and down the court, taking shots that don't matter, wasting energy on plays that won't win the game. You might be tired, but you're not winning. Now let's look at the other side of that equation. When you work strategically, you're not just doing things, you're doing the right things. You're using your energy and focus to make progress on your goals, to hit the priorities that actually matter for your growth, your performance, and your career. This is the kind of exhaustion that wins championships. When you're focused on the right plays, whether it's leading key projects, delivering results that align with your company's priorities, or developing the skills that will take you to the next level, by the end of the day, you might be just as exhausted, but you'll know that you've made real progress. This is the exhaustion that builds momentum, that gets you noticed, and that moves you up the corporate ladder. So, how do you treat every day like it's Game 7 of the NBA Finals or World Series? Well, here are 4 strategies to keep in mind. Number 1, have a game plan. You can't win without a plan. You need to know exactly what your priorities are for the day. Start each day by identifying the top 2 to 3 things that will have the biggest impact on your goals. These aren't just tasks. They're strategic moves that will help bring you closer to where you want to be. Michael Jordan didn't just show up and start running around the court. He had a plan for how to win the game. You need that same level of focus and clarity in your work. Number 2, focus on high-impact plays. Every game has moments that matter more than others. The high-impact plays that can turn the tide. In your career, these are the projects, relationships, and opportunities that will make the biggest difference. Focus on those. You can't win by doing everything, but you can win by doing the right things. So, prioritize your energy. Don't spend your day on tasks that aren't going to move the needle. Just like a great athlete conserves their energy for key moments, you need to focus your efforts on the plays that count. Number 3, measure your progress, not just your effort. It's not just enough to work hard. You got to make progress. At the end of the day, don't just look at how much you've done. Look at how far you've moved towards your goals. Did today's work bring you closer to that promotion, that big project, or that next step in your career? Remember, it's not about how busy you felt. It's about what you accomplished. Finally, number 4, recover and recharge for tomorrow. After every Game 7, even the best players rest. They recover so they can be just as sharp and focused when the next challenge comes around. You need to do the same. If you're giving your all every day, you need to make sure that you're recovering, recharging, and coming back stronger the next day. Exhaustion should be the goal, but smart exhaustion. Work hard, work strategically, and when the day's done, rest so you can come back ready for tomorrow's game. If you're serious about climbing the corporate ladder, you need to treat every day like Game 7. You need to leave it all out on the court. When you're working strategically, prioritizing the right things, making measurable progress, and giving everything you've got, you're not just working hard, you're working with purpose. And that's what's going to get you noticed by your leaders. That's what's going to lead to promotions, new opportunities, and long-term success. It's not just about being busy, it's about delivering results that matter consistently every single day. So here's the challenge for you. Tomorrow, when you start your day, treat it like it's Game 7. Go into it with a plan, focus on the high-impact plays, and treat work like everything's on the line. And at the end of the day, if you're exhausted, you'll know it's because you gave everything you had. And that's how you win in the long run.
Thanks for tuning in to Grit and Gain. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to rate the podcast and share it with a friend or colleague who's looking to grow their career. For more ways to fuel your career, visit gritandgain.com. And don't forget to email your questions or suggestions to gritandgainhq@gmail.com. Keep pushing forward. Embody the grit, earn the gain.